Salutations and welcome to Minecraft 1.13.1. I'm your host DapperDemon, and today my goal is to show you how to get some of these mob heads in survival Minecraft. Now, some of these you probably already know of. If you've been playing Minecraft for a while, you probably know of all of them even. These two are marked in yellow because they are obtainable fairly easily in survival. Let me go over these one by one before I start talking about that. This is the player head. That one is completely unobtainable, which is why I marked it with red coral. You can't get that in survival, just in creative, and if you spawn it in with commands, you can even give it custom data tags to set the owner. For example, /give at p, I believe it's skull? Minecraft, you know what? Player head, I guess is what it's called. They used to all be called skull. /give at p player head 1. I believe it's this. Maybe? No, that's not how it goes. Let me take a look at that real quick. Okay, the command is, you have to put that intro or information here. Skull, is it skull owner, capital S, capital O. Skull owner, and then DapperDemon. So that gives me one of my head. And if I go ahead and put that on, you'll see that it is slightly larger than my own head. Gives me an interesting look. Let me go ahead and put that on the side of this one as another unobtainable block. But more importantly, these two are obtainable in survival. The dragon head can be found in the end city chests sometimes. You can also wear that one. You can wear all of these. The wither skeleton skull can of course be dropped by wither skeletons. That is a 2.5% drop chance for those, and they're used to summon the wither with 3 of them. The creeper, skeleton skull, and zombie head though, those can be obtained in survival, but it's a very, very specific method that was very, very difficult to accomplish until 1.13, and I will show you why that is. Now, you may know that lightning has some interesting effects in Minecraft. For example, if I get right up close to this pig and this villager and /summon lightning bolt, we now have a zombie pigman and a witch. And the witch's noses move. I completely forgot about that. So that's a fun little Easter egg, but more importantly, if you hit a creeper with a lightning bolt, it becomes a charged creeper. A charged creeper will blow up a wider radius around it and do more damage, but it also has one other very special effect that I will show you with this flint and steel. So if I go in here and give it a nice little hit with the flint and steel, it blows up the other creeper. And if I do that to the rest of these, with the zombie, with the skeleton, with the wither skeleton, you will see that when we check the chest at the bottom that the hoppers are flowing into, we have 2 creeper heads in here. Right, that's because I did this before, and then I lost the footage because it was silent. So then we have skeleton skull and wither skeleton head, and we got some coal that time. Nice. So that is a more efficient way of getting the wither skeleton skulls, because blowing a wither skeleton up with a charged creeper is a 100% chance to drop one of these, as opposed to a 2.5% chance of hitting it with a sword, or slightly more if you're using a looting. So that is interesting information to have. Now, there are other uses for these, but first I'm going to go and tell you how you can go about getting a charged creeper of your very own. Now, here we have a creeper farm, and this is designed to only spawn creepers. That cat in there is, well, I forgot that I'm in creative mode and break stuff when I hit, but that cat in there, the cat scares the creepers into going down into that hole, The trapdoors are so that only creepers will spawn because they're short enough to spawn under those. The carpets will keep everything else from the spiders from spawning. Let me just go ahead and turn mob spawning on and show you what I mean. Let me hit F3 and B to show hitboxes so I know when things are spawning in there. This could take a little while. Alright, so you see there's a creeper in there. It's stuck in the corner because I didn't make this as well as I could have, but if I go in there, there is a creeper, and if I try to sort of bump this into... You know, there's probably a better way to do that, but basically it's supposed to push the creepers into this hole instead of where they are now, which is hiding in the corners from the cat, because creepers don't like cats. So, here in this box we will test out how to get yourself a charged creeper now that you have a creeper from the farm. If I grab this trident here, which granted, I'm not saying this is super easy because getting a trident in itself is difficult enough. Getting it to have these enchantments on it is also difficult. You need channeling, definitely. Channeling is the one that summons the lightning. Loyalty I recommend because that makes it come back to you, which means you won't have to go and fetch your trident after you throw it. So if you get yourself a creeper, what you need next is a storm. And that has to be a thunderstorm. It can't just be rainstorm. Rainstorm will not give you what you need. It has to be thunder. So if I go ahead and hit this guy with the trident, boom, charge creeper, fancy noise, and he's gonna die because he's on fire. Probably. Yep, there he goes. If you have those exact conditions, that means you need to hit something with this, and you have to hit an entity in a storm. They cannot be standing in water. If I fill this with water and summon another creeper, and then hit it with this, nothing happens. If I take the water away, but well, no solid, there we go, solid blocks. Cover this guy in a block so he's not exposed to the sky, then hit him with this, nothing happens. Actually, I have not tested that with transparent blocks. I don't know if they have to be exposed to skylight or if they have to be exposed to the sky directly. So let me go ahead and try that. Okay, so they can be struck through glass. That's good to know. So it has to be a storm, a thunderstorm, has to be exposed to the sky, light, and cannot be in water, and then you can hit it and lightning will happen. Obviously you can just go and find a creeper in the wild and get your jollies that way, but it is much easier if you have a farm for those if you want to do this for mass production. So, one last thing to talk about, which I had a couple things set up over here and then I had to run a kill command, so I'm going to go ahead and give myself 3 things: a skeleton skull, a bucket of milk, and a invisibility potion. And I'm gonna put myself in... I killed the skeleton. I'm gonna place a skeleton here. Then I'm gonna go over here. These are barrier blocks here, so that'll keep me in a path on this thing. If I go into survival mode, you know what, pop back into creative mode. Give myself a few of these. Nope. Forgot I hit a button for that. Okay. Now I'm all good. So if I walk towards this thing, I've got the blocks marked out here. I only get to about here before he starts shooting at me. I'll pop back into creative mode so he loses interest. Go back into survival mode. And then I'm going to put on the skeleton skull. And now, you'll see I can get much, much closer before he notices I'm here, because these work as disguises. Now they only work as disguises against the mob they are. So if I put on, say, zombie skull instead, and then walk up to him, he's still going to notice me pretty early. This also stacks with invisibility potions, which is why I have that. So I'm going to go ahead and pop into survival mode, chug this potion. Now I am wearing the skull, and I just look like a floating skull, so like that should seem a little suspicious. But he doesn't seem to care until I get basically right up in his face, and then he's like, oh no, floating skull, what could that be? So I'm gonna go ahead and drink this milk bucket, that way you can see me, then walk over here to where I started this video off, in front of this lovely display here. Oh, one last thing, dragon heads can be toggled with redstone so they can talk. And then I will go over here and end this video off. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then thank you for watching. I'm trying not to say leave a like, because like, again, this is my hobby. If you liked the video, thank you. I guess leave a like, let me know if you liked it. If you have any questions, put them in the comments and I'll try to address any confusion. But until next time, farewell.